a.m., he's already down 3 Diet Cokes. Before dawn, now he's got 4 hours to burn off the caffeine. Richmond's Morning News with Rich Herrera. Wake up with Rich or play catch up all day. You've been warned. This is News Radio WRVA.
That's a lie. That's a big fat lie. I've only had 2 Diet Cokes this morning. Actually, 1 1/4 this morning because it's been so busy. Getting ready for the show today for Richmond's Morning News. Good morning, everybody. It's 6:03, now 6:04 technically. You're on News Radio WRVA, Monday, August 24th, the year of our Lord, 2026. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Super Dave, tremendous weekend. Gary, tremendous weekend for all.
Most of my weekends are usually tremendous.
Well, this one was extra super tremendous because we found out, Gary, Super Dave has super fans.
Well, it's nice to be loved.
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
Oh, no.
See, Gary knows what's going on.
We're talking like Taylor Swift, Swiftie type of fandom for Super Dave.
That's right. Exaggerate. I've told you a million times not to exaggerate.
Super Dave had super fans that we met at Tom Leonard's Farmers Market this weekend. Our RVA community cookout was a huge success. Monster event. We raised a ton of money. We're still counting it up. We'll let you know. Our friends from River City Wranglers were there with their Jeeps on display. Folks drove from all over our listening area. People, we didn't even have a tip jar out there because I wasn't going to ask for any tips to donate. Somebody goes, hey, you need a tip jar out here, Rich. That thing was stuffed with cash by the time we were done. But the big question everybody asked was, in the very beginning, where's Super Dave? I want to see what he looks like.
And a lot of them were disappointed once
they were not disappointed.
Rich, the moral of this story, crankiness is compelling.
Saltiness sells.
Saltiness sells. And there's a new, you can put that on a t-shirt.
That's right.
I'm not kidding. Someone actually brought Super Dave a gift.
Wow.
That's right. He did. Yeah.
He brought you a gift. Nobody's like, hey, where's Gary? Let me bestow this honor upon Gary. But people, let me bring a gift for Super Dave.
Got to remember, I'm just like an old shoe. I've been here forever. So
big hole in the bottom of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Beat up. Anyway, I want to first we start the show today. I just want to say thanks to everybody that came out to see us on Saturday. We cooked tri-tip. What'd you think of the tri-tip, Super Dave?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
Okay, so I was not overselling it.
No, not at all.
Right? Not overselling. You got a sandwich, took it home?
I did, and it's not overselling it. You know, I haven't eaten tri-tip a lot, but it's been, I've had it maybe 3-4 times. And this is probably maybe the best that I've ever had.
I'm just saying. My buddy Matt and his wife Paige
They did a great job.
Matt was on the
fantastic
grill.
Job.
I was slicing sandwiches. Paige, his wife, was making sandwiches. My wife Elizabeth was there. She was helping with everything. It was tremendous, Dave. And to everybody that came out, that means so much to you. And so much to me that you showed up, showed out, drove from all over the listening audience. And then I had lots of people, Super Dave, they were like, oh, Rich, I couldn't make it. When's the next one? We will have a next one. We will do a next one. Here's what I think the plan's going to be. Number one, I just like getting a chance to be out there seeing people. Number two is if we could use our little radio show to do good in the community, to give back, I think that's even better. And we're going to pick different charities to work with. I got a couple in mind that I'm going to reach out to, and then we'll let you know when our next one is. But TJ and Tom Leonard said, we're in. Let's do it. So we're going to fire up that grill again. And I just can't say thank you enough to everybody that came out to see us Saturday at Tom Leonard's Farmers Market. All right, so I have that to get to today. Brian Kilmeade's going to join us. We're going to have a real discussion about data centers because a lot of people asked about data centers when I was out there on Saturday. So we'll do all of that. But let's get to Richmond's Morning News Brief of the day that Gary's so excited because all the kids are now technically kind of almost sort of, except for the Stagger Sarts, back in school today. All right, let's get to story number one. The Trump administration is going to pivot from a war led against Iran from the Pentagon to the Department of the Treasury. And Scott Bessent, oh boy, you just messed around. You're about to find out to the mullahs in Iran, because Scott Bessent is going to unleash economic warfare on Iran. And if there's anybody to fear in this administration, it's Scott Bessent.
Number 1.
The U.S. Treasury is expected to detail what's being called the toughest sanctions in history Monday. In response, Iran is vowing to neutralize the economic war with the U.S. It's also threatening to halt oil flow out of the Strait of Hormuz if any neighboring countries join the effort. This, as a new report shows, traffic through the vital waterway is up nearly 400%, but still just 20% of pre-war levels. There are also signs of growing division within the Iranian leadership. Iran's president is defending an interim agreement reached with the U.S. in June, saying Tehran cannot continue with war forever. Pakistan's army chief will visit Iran Monday to try and revive peace talks.
All right, we're going to give you the whole details what Scott Bessent's going to do coming up on the program. We'll do that coming up in about a half hour from now. All right, guess what? Article in the RTD points out, and some other publications, hey, you're going to be asked to take more out of your pocket to give to government, because across the Commonwealth, lots of tax increases are on the ballot.
Number 2.
All right, second big story this morning. I saw a quote from Milton Friedman. He said, you know the difference between big government and big businesses? You voluntarily decide to take money out of your pocket to give to big business. If you want to buy a car, they have to convince you that giving them that dollar is worth your time, effort, and sweat equity of earning that dollar. The difference between that and big government is big government doesn't ask you, they take. Well, they're going to actually ask you if they can take. Here's what's going to go on. I've told you this. The General Assembly, in a very cowardly act, decided that they're going to pass the buck on funding the schools, and they're going to pass the buck on whether we're going to be asked to pay more in sales taxes. They abdicated their responsibility, because they're supposed to review whether these go on the ballot or not. They just said, now we're going to let each county do it themselves. 20 different localities this go round have it on their ballot to have a 1% sales tax increase. I'm telling you this, unless you show me you're better stewards of our money, unless you show me that you respect my money, unless you show me that we are, we're going to work on trying to be more efficient with my money, I'm not sure I'm going to give you that 1%. We'll talk about that coming up this week a lot, quite a bit, because now the ballot's going to come up, and now you're going to have everybody and their brother trying to convince you, wow, we should raise our sales taxes again. They just keep wanting to take, don't they? All right, that's story number 2. Story number 3, Super Dave has big fans. He has super fans.
Number 3.
All right, story number 3. So I had this crazy idea when I was hanging out with TJ over at Tom Leonard's, and he came on, and we were talking about National Filet Day, and I asked him about, my son Rigney and I went to go visit with him, and we were talking about ribeye tomahawk steaks, which I got one there, delicious. And I said, have you ever heard of tri-tip? It's a bottom sirloin roast. It's kind of a weird piece of meat. Normally people don't cook it, but cowboys do on the ranch. I said, so I grew up, and that was when we had a big party or we had a big something going on, rodeo, whatever, we would cook that. I said, can I get some? He goes, I can get some. And I said, can I cook it out in front? He goes, I got a grill. I said, can I stand out there and cook for charity? And he said, sure. He didn't know what he was getting into, because we took over Tom Leonard's on Saturday, and I can't thank you enough. I've got a bunch of videos we'll post today, a lot of different photos. If you went and you visited with us, I need your testimonial on how good that steak sandwich was. And I was giving little samples, Dave, and people like, oh, and then somebody would get a sandwich and they go, oh, I ate it before I even got it home. Can I have another couple sandwiches? And then people said, oh, my buddy just got a sandwich. Can I get a sandwich? Again, River City Wranglers, the Jeep Club came out. They were awesome. There's so many different people I have to thank, including TJ and Tom Leonard, Super Dave, everybody that came by. If you had one of our steak sandwiches, send me a text message. What did you think? 833-804-1170. 1140, 833-804-1140 on the James River Air text line. That's story number 3. Story number 4. The finale of the Freedom 250 celebration in D.C. took place this weekend. An American wins the IndyCar race.
Number 4.
We would love to come back, if I'm being honest, because I think this was the best street course race I've ever been a part of. The event as a whole, 100,000 people here on a raffle, free tickets for everybody. The event was incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible. I wanted to go up, but we didn't. I just didn't get a chance to go up. I went to a lot of the Freedom 250 events. We're going to ask that on our Herrera Asks question on Facebook.com/News Radio WRVA. Facebook.com/News Radio WRVA. Was the Freedom 250 a success? We'll talk about that coming up here on the program. And finally, it's a day that I think will be very controversial. Today is National Waffle Day.
Today is a pretty special day.
How so?
How so?
It only comes once a year, every August 24th.
Come on, the suspense is killing me.
Suspense is killing me.
One word.
Waffles.
Waffle, 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 waffle.
Want a waffle?
Waffles speak louder than words.
Waffles are awesome. Pancakes suck, right? The only thing you like was waffles.
You love waffles.
Happy National Waffle Day, everybody.
Showtime.
Okay, we have to talk about this, Super Dave. Waffles, pancakes. Are they the same?
Oh, no. They're completely different.
What's so different?
One has little holes in it. The other one's doesn't.
Okay, they're both the same batter.
One's more delicious than the other.
Is there a difference in the batter?
I don't know. I don't really make them very often.
But I think it's the same.
Unless you get the Eggos out of the freezer.
You get the Bisquick, you make it. It's,
Yeah,
I
Bisquick
think it's
works.
the same. I think it's the same.
Bisquick isn't bad.
Okay, now if you have your choice, Waffle House, Pancake House.
Probably Pancake House.
Over Waffle House.
Yeah.
Over Waffle House.
I like pancakes a lot more than waffles.
What?
Huh?
Are you mad?
No.
Waffles are the greatest.
No. They're okay. I'll eat them. I don't mind them.
What do you mean
No,
they're okay?
Big stack of pancakes, all fluffy.
A
Sometimes
delicious
you could even put
golden brown
you can
waffle.
even put chocolate chips in there and they taste great.
A delicious golden brown waffle with real butter over the top.
You could do that on pancakes too.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is? The butter drips off of the pancakes. Those little holes in there, the little indents, they actually hold the delicious butter in there.
Then all you do is scrape it up off the plate. With
All right, tell us today,
with your
especially
pancakes.
those of you in Williamsburg. I would like to hear the difference. Waffles, pancakes, which is better? 833-804-1140. That's our Richmond's Morning News Brief for today. You're just, I don't know how you have any super fans if you're not a fan of waffles, Super Dave.
Those are our people.
Your peeps are the ones
they
that
know.
are
They know
pro
what they
pancake?
know good stuff when they hear it.
they're pro pancake people. So what we're saying
I
basically,
don't have anything against waffles. I like waffles too.
no,
I just like pancakes
Hey,
better.
listen, either you're with us or you're against us. You're either pro waffle or you're against us.
I wouldn't be part of any group that would have me as a member.
Today's program brought to you in part by GreerFinancialGroup.com. You know, the rest of us are out there living our lives, doing whatever. I've got football starting up. Maybe you're doing a project, whatever. Your life is busy. You're raising your family. You got